Today's topic, have you ever felt like you weren't good enough, you weren't smart enough, you weren't talented enough? What is holding you back from overcoming those type of setbacks and failures? I'm going to give you 3 actionable strategies today on things that when you encounter these situations, how can I apply them in a way that's going to be more impactful for yourself moving forward? First, I feel like I'm not smart enough. The reality is we all have intellectual capability on some level, but there's really good news out here around this whole topic of am I not smart enough? Because in all the research I've been studying, guess what? Between IQ and EQ, what is more important? I'd actually like to reference a book, Emotional Intelligence 2.0. Author is Travis Bradbury and Gene Greaves. This is actually the #1 trainer globally for emotional intelligence. A lot of the research that they showed is that while your IQ remains relatively fixed over time, your EQ in fact can be worked on. You can improve those skills. And those are the things that really ultimately help drive success. Because the reality of it is, none of us are successful on our own. We all need help, we all need those to support us. And the way that we build and invest in those relationships are through EQ skills, and those are the things that will matter most. Point 2, I'm not talented enough. Well, the reality of it is, if you look at some of the research we cited in other videos, one is StrengthsFinder. If I can point your attention to this, StrengthsFinder 2.0, this is authored by Tom Rath. A lot of the detail behind this shows that if you look at your top 5 strengths, it actually is you are unlike anyone but 1 in 33 million. If you couple those with the standout roles that we referenced from the Marcus Buckingham Company, that number becomes over 1 in 100 million. When you think about that, you are immensely talented. You are better at things than other people, and sometimes I would argue if you think you're not talented enough, maybe you just haven't found that talent yet. What are some things I can do? If you haven't taken StrengthsFinder and Standout, go ask 5 of your closest friends. What are the things you think I do extraordinarily well? The third major area is this fear of failure, and we all have it. Putting yourself out there, taking the risk, going further than you thought you were possible. But the immense enormity of that challenge is if you don't take that risk or you're that afraid of failure, you never will achieve the success you're truly capable of. You are talented, you are smart. Look at greats throughout history, and I've got so many I can cite. You know the stories. Michael Jordan, he was cut from his high school basketball team. Walt Disney in school was said that he wasn't creative enough. Again, Steve Jobs, when Steve Jobs first started Apple, there were people immensely dissatisfied with his performance, and he was ultimately fired as CEO. So when we talk about this fear of failure, how do you put yourself out there and know that the more times I fail, the closer I'm getting to my goal? Let me say that again. The more times you fail, the closer you are, because guess what? You've just figured out another thing that doesn't work. So my call to action for you today is this. 1, invest in your talents and your strengths. If you haven't yet done StrengthsFinder or Standout, go figure that out, because that's going to help you with this passion and purpose piece and how I apply it. 2, invest in your emotional intelligence skills. Immensely more important than IQ. Again, our IQ is very stable over time. EQ you can continue to improve. And it's that working more effectively with others that's going to make you more effective in the long term. And then finally, 3, fail. Take the risk. Jump into the deep end and be afraid to make this thing happen. Whenever I even look at what I'm sitting here doing with you, this video channel is different for me. I'm not used to it. I'm used to different mediums where I'll communicate my message. And there's a lot of people telling me, Kurt, if you're gonna do this thing right, you've got to put yourself out there and take the risk to spread your message. So that's what I'm asking of you. Until next time, it's your heat-seeking missile, Kurt Redden. Let's continue digging into more life success strategies so we all can have a better tomorrow. Thank you very much.